Friends, welcome to the channel. This is the video. We're doing the Ultra View sight-in process in detail, and at the end of the video, I'm giving away 2 bows from the last 2 videos, a V3X, which is proven deadly, and a Mint Phase 4 for you OG subscribers. But first, let's get this brand new backup bow, 29.5, sighted in. We'll bring you along. Right there. So we're going to start at 20 yards. We're going to use the middle pin. Ignore the top pin, bottom pin. They move. Ignore them. The middle pin, the yellow indicator, that's what we're focused on. We're going to sight the middle pin at 20. It doesn't move. And I'm going to shoot this cardboard with a horizontal line. I'm not really worried about left and rights. I'm worried about up and downs. I want to find an average, and the better you are at archery, the less arrows this takes. And the worse you are, use more arrows. Again, this is 80 pounds, 81 at 17 holding, shooting this arrow at about 288, 290. Okay, so you saw first shot really high. We're gonna have to move it up. We're just gonna slide her up. And we're on the line. So we're gonna shoot one more and then walk up there. And whatever you think's on the line from here could be deceptive until you walk up there and you're like, oh, I'm actually a ½ inch high or whatever. It's like, take your time, really get this mark in. And I think today we'll probably use the lab radar and cheat and get a sight tape and compare the two and see if one's different or whatever. All right, one more. Okay, let's walk up to the line. So the first shot was kind of a guess. Be safe when you guess. But we were obviously too hot. So you follow your arrow. I'm like, okay, I need to move it up. So I moved it all the way up, shot low, and then I moved it down just a hair, and we're touching the line. I'm gonna call that 20 with the middle pin. And now our job is to back up and find 60 with the middle pin. Please take your time, maybe shoot 5 to 10 yards, backing up slowly so that you're still on target. If you guess at 60, you could end up sending an arrow errantly. So just be smart about it. And we'll keep this up here and back up. All right, so I found that that is the 20-yard mark. So I need to move this up so that this line matches that, and then I can shoot 60. Bingo. So I just loosened, slid this plate up. Indicator is on 20. Now we're gonna back down. My other sight tape that I'm currently using is a number 9. Right-handed, and it's similar. It's 75 pounds, not 80, so it's going to be probably closer to a 6 or 7, I'm guessing. So my hack for this, since I have a duplicate setup, which a lot of you will not, so this probably doesn't pertain, but I'm just going to try to speed up for the video, is I'm going to match this up. 60 is going to be right about there. So we'll go see if that's 60 again, using the middle pin, the yellow indicator. If you have a yellow target like my 365, it's gonna be tough to see that yellow pin. You might wanna use like some blue tape or black tape because it's gonna be tough to see that yellow on yellow, just FYI. I think we're damn near on the line there, buddy. We're literally touching the black horizontal line. The only problem is that's 53 yards. So we're gonna have to go back 7 more yards, and I'm gonna move this down. Oh, watch. I'm gonna do something like that. 260 we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey Luna, you gonna bark at me and make me flinch? 59, 60. And I'm gonna take as much time as possible until I feel like I got 60 on the button. That's damn close. It might even be hitting that black tape. That's Luna. She's an Aussie Doodle. At least she's behind the target today. That's nice. Dang. That's 3 shots. Check it out. Should we see what, if it's right? Oh yeah, here's a little hack. Take a photo of this because it's like, I can't even see that. And I don't have terrible vision, but like I hit that, then take your photo. Ooh, this is gonna be a fast sight tape. We're somewhere around, so white is 1, 3, 5, we're kind of a 3 or a 4. So fast, that's fast. So 3 or 4 sight tape. We'll see which one lines up the best. We'll put it on a plate, screw that on. Then we're gonna go hook up the lab radar, which you can use the Garmin as well, it doesn't matter. Lab radar for me will just be faster, and I'm looking to get this done quickly. So lab radar, we'll get our downrange speed, and we'll get our like our 20 and our 80. We'll put that information, including the arrow in this new setup, in precision cut archery, and that will spit us out a sight tape. We'll compare that sight tape to the UV sight tape. Both are good ways to go. And then I will show you how I'm gonna take the head off of the sight, hold it to the sight tape, and I will move my top pin to wherever I want it. I'll probably run 20, 30, 40. Move the bottom pin, you don't move the middle pin. And we'll also see where the bottom pin indicator lines up. We'll make a mental note. Then we'll move the indicators on the rail to match. So indicators, pins all matched up, including the 4th pin. And then on the back side of the sight, I can run additional sight tape wherever that pin starts at. Say it starts at 50 or 60. I can take that same duplicate sight tape and start at 60 and run down. So then I can use that bottom pin as a slider as well. But also, we got super lucky, so you guys are gonna be like, damn, he's good. Nope, sometimes you just have a little luck on your side. One, we don't have any wind today, even though it's gonna rain here in a minute. But we're on tape. I'm very happy with that. Let's go get the sight tape and put it on. All right, friends, we are going to pop this plate off, crack it, and these little threads are pretty small, so try not to drop them on the floor. I got one more to go. Boom. So right now I'm set at 60. So 60 is gonna be, I kind of wanted to line up the holes. So 60 is gonna be kind of about there. So we'll take this off. And you guys saw the picture I saw. I was like, is it a 3? Is it a 4? I'm gonna err on the side of 4, 1 tape slower. Here's why. I don't even have 100 arrows to these strings yet. They're gonna settle no matter what strings you get, custom or not. Even though these are match strings that I've been really pressed with them, they're gonna settle a little bit. And then even over time, I felt like I lost a few feet a second over the 8 months with my last lift. So I'm planning on that. So it's probably not gonna be 81 forever. It might start drop down to 80 or 79.5. So I'm gonna go 1 tick slower. It was kind of between 3 and 4. I'm gonna go with 4, 4 being a slower tape. Got it? Clear as mud. Over here, we got numero 4. We're gonna peel that one off. We're gonna try to match up 60 and you'll be good to go. All right, let's put this back on. Okay, we're gonna use precision. We're gonna cinch it up with one little, don't over tighten. You gorilla man, just make it snug. I'm gonna just do like a half turn. Okay, and then I'm going to cheat a little bit here. What you would want to do if you didn't have extra sight tapes, which it's always good to order sight tapes. As you see, I have one over here. And they do make speed tapes, so they have negative ones for even faster setups than I got. But we're going to look for right-handed tapes. Left hand, speed. Come on, Dan. Right-handed tapes, 1 through 20, number 4. That's what I just put on there. I'm going to take that one. And if you didn't have extra sight tapes, you would not have put your plate on your bow yet. You would have left it out here. So now what I want to do is I'm going to pop this cartridge out. It's this guy. I wanted to tell you guys that you can't really over tighten these because the way that they're set up. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to loosen, and it's already at a stop. So I've already loosened it as much as it needs to. And then you're going to pull this out delicately. All right. That pin gap is not applicable. This will be, when I'm at home, this will be 30. I need to loosen and bring this down and loosen and bring that up so it's 20, 30, 40, and also see where the bottom pin hits. And we'll make a note of that, and I'm gonna use that extra sight tape here in a second, so we have some adjustments to do, and it's really tough to see, but we'll crack those. Okay, so my 30 is on 30. My bottom pin looks like it's right at 61. And then I need this guy to be down here at 20 and this guy to be up here at 40. So you're gonna loosen these, and it's a little bit delicate. It's like you loosen it, you bring it down, and as you tighten it a little bit, it'll kind of slip up. But you guys should be able to tell now I have 20 and 30. Maybe, maybe not. And now I'm gonna loosen and bring the 40 from the third pin will be 40. Obviously you could go like 30, 40, 50, or you could go 20, 40, 60. If I'm being a perfectionist, this has got to come up just a hair. Okay, that's money, and 20 is just a touch high, okay? So we said 20, 30, 40, and our bottom pin is 62. The only indicator that's accurate right now is the yellow indicator because it's fixed. The green and the green, one above and below, needs to match 20 and 40, so that's our last adjustment before we add the extra sight tape. So I'm gonna go here, put this back in. Now watch, this doesn't take much, just one full turn. Good to go, okay? Then, these guys right here, we're gonna slide home. Home will be the yellow pin at 3, perfect. Now when we're home, these pins are 20, 30, 40, but these don't show that. This shows something up here and here, so we're gonna adjust. Let's do the lower one first. Now I'm going to make 20 on 20, so bring the indicator, loosen. Voila. We got 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, 40. And what we could do, I'm not gonna do this until I shoot this bow 100 plus arrows, but once I do, I'm gonna peel this, take this plate off, and where I'm gonna use this is gonna match this pin indicator will now match my bottom pin. And so I will cut this sight tape, number 4, at 60, and my bottom pin will cover from 60 to 140 on the side here. So I have kind of a secondary long range tack type pen, which is good. A lot of people can't get as much yardage out of their rigs. I always get messages every week about how do you clear such further distances being so short drawed? Well, I sight it in at 50 or 60 with my peep height. I don't have a low peep height. I have a lower anchor than most. So the lower anchor, higher peep, lighter arrow, as much poundage as possible allows me to usually shoot most of the Matthews the last 4 or 5 years. I usually top out around 130 with my top pin being in the center of the housing. So with this one, I probably will top out at around 130, but I can get to 140 using this other one. Conversely, you could run 2 arrow setup. Maybe your primary setup here is for elk, and then over here you could run a complete different sight tape for maybe whitetail. Maybe you want to have a little bit heavier arrow, go over here and you don't have to change things. You can have kind of a dual system, all right? So the last thing I want to do is set up the lab radar and spit out a sight tape with precision cut and see how they line up. Let's do that. Okay guys, we are gonna set the lab radar up, and I had a few people ask, how do you do it? I'm gonna just show you real quick all the buttons. So first thing I'm gonna do is use this like a crosshair. I'm at 80 yards from the elk target, and I'm just gonna line that up. Perfect. Turn this sucker on. Yay, lab radar. I don't know if you guys can see this screen, but I'm gonna go upper left button, and I wanna go distant units, yards, check. Weight units, grains, check. Select velocity range, archery, check. Set projectile offset 6 inches over here, check. Set distances 20 for the first reading, and 30, 40, 50, 60, and 80. Okay, so the distances are set. Projectile weight 449, that's correct. Arm time 20 seconds for me to pull back, shoot my bow, all that jazz. No, okay, cool. So I'm gonna load an arrow, and I guess we're gonna trust this sight tape. We're gonna go top pin 80, microphone archery attachment, and then I'm gonna press arm, and it's orange. Okay, velocity 290 out the bow, velocity at 280 at 20 yards, velocity 262 at 80 yards. I'm just gonna take a quick picture of that, and I'm gonna do this. You could do this 3 or 4 times. We're gonna announce the winners of the Phase 4 and the V3X. Get people super stoked. Looked like you guys have commented a ton. We gotta just randomly pick 2 winners, 1 from each video. And the first video was for any subs newer than 3 months. A bunch of you had been watching every video but not subscribed. So that's kind of cool that, hey man, like, get me your subscription, man. I'm hustling for you. And then the Phase 4 is for you OGs. It's not a contest who's been the longest sub, but anyone longer than 3 months, there's guys listing at 5 years, 8 years, etc. So we'll give that away to the OGs. We'll do that at the end of this video, and we're getting close. All right. So we're at the top here. We want to go new setup, add bow. Describe your bow. It is the lift to 9.5. We'll go back up. Choose a sight, UV slider. Peep height's 4 inches. Sight radius is at full draw from your eyeball to your pen, 25.25. Create bow. Great. Add an arrow. Describe your arrow. It's an Easton X10 Parallel Pro, 449. Create an arrow. All right. Let's sight it in. Density altitude 2,000 feet here in Spoke-Compton. Launch speed plus 2 sight marks. No, we're gonna go downrange speed. Range 1 is 20, range 2 is 80. Speed was 281, 262. Create sight in. And it says it has calculated my feet per second at 288, which seems to be dead on. So let's go sight tapes, 29.5 backup, select, ending range, let's go 140, increment, compute marks, and I got it exactly the way I want it. You can customize it, what colors and lines and all that. So I'm gonna download the PDF and then I'm gonna print it out.
Victory!
F yeah! All right, let's go back to the studio. You could also print this on like packaging paper so it sticks. That's worked before. It matches closer to 3. I suspect after I get 100 arrows through that we'll redo things. You can always rely on these. I'm pretty confident 4 is the right one. We're gonna date it for a while, and if I like it, I'm gonna cut this one at 60 and have this sight tape on the back side. Let's give away some bows. All right, guys, so we got this completely doped in. I'm gonna run 2 sight tapes for 1 arrow on the front, and then I'll put one on the back. Currently, we're at setting number 4. I am keeping the light on for now. As I hunt other states that lights are not allowed, I'll crack that, pop that out, put the Viz ring in, good to go. I ran that last year in a couple states where lights weren't legal and used it and had nothing but great experiences with it. Speaking of the light, you can turn on with this button right here and it will stay on for, I wanna say, almost 4 minutes. And then if you shoot within those 4 minutes, it'll turn off. Also, if you hold this button down on top for, I don't know, like 5 seconds, and it'll turn the extra light on the bubble, and that might be what you need if you're like in a ground blind or whatever. I don't like the light on the bubble, so I'll hold it down again, and it turns that off, but keeps the lights on the pins, or tap it, and it'll be off. The pin size is 0.015, I didn't say that. We haven't done third axis yet. That's where I'm going to manipulate this axis based on how I'm projecting steep uphill, downhill. We'll do that before the season. Again, backup bows need to be absolutely perfect, ready to go before you head to the field. Shout out to UV. I don't work with them, but I do love the products that they make. They've got some they're making a really good sight, and it's been very durable for me. I've heard some comments about their customer service. I've heard comments about their durability. I haven't experienced that, but I don't doubt those. They're a younger company, and we're gonna have Colby on my ElkShape podcast soon. So if you've never tuned into our podcast, that's another great medium to listen to long form content and dive deeper into the rabbit holes. Let's get to winners. Video number 1, we're gonna pick at random, we're gonna scroll. We're gonna go to YouTube, we're gonna go to comments. It's loading, I am. Okay, video number 1, at Donald Meyer, M-E-Y-E-R, 5117. He says, I appreciate the diverse content and the endless positivity, the constant encouragement for people to be better at what they do. Who they are is fantastic. Thanks for doing what you do. No, thank you, Donald. I'm going to ask you to send me a message on Instagram, which is at ElkShape, or even better would be to email me, Dan at ElkShape. And I need to know your shipping address, bro. I'm getting that V3X sent to you. Thanks for your subscription. Thanks for your support. Phase 4, going to an OG subscriber. This is off the second video where we built the Lift 33. At Jaco Block 9003. He says, hey Dan, love the video. Hoping to run into you at Big Sky. 1-year subscriber. That phase 4 is right up my alley. Well, it is up your alley, and it's going to be in your back. Actually, you know what? I don't have to ship that one. So if you're at Big Sky, Jacob, I'll just bring it with me and we will film hand delivering it to you. Actually, that'll be even cooler. So thank you for your subscription, guys. Thank you for your support. We are selling hard work. There's no shortcuts. There is no hacks to having consistent success on public land. Elk hunting is our North Star. It aligns with all our other goals. Be the best version of yourself. Create that through discipline and delayed gratification. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch you on the next one.